All right, I'll just go ahead and proceed. Okay, so this is the BTC chart. Usually I have charts saved with my template or with my technical indicators that I would like to use again, probably at a later date, probably in the morning when I'm checking the market. But I decided to remove all the technical indicators, remove all the trend lines and drawings from the chart so that I can show you guys something, okay? Because I've been receiving a lot of questions if the bear market has started, when will the bear market start, and what are my opinions on the current ongoing scenario with Bitcoin. Okay, so before we proceed, I would like you to take to the 1 day chart. Okay, we are here today. You see down the line, we started trading on Binance on 18th 8 2017, and then this was the 2017's all-time high. Okay, I'll just draw a line here to denote. This green line will be 2017's all-time high. Now you see the market dropped 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021 until now, until 2021, which is 15th 12th 2020 or early January, is when we broke the previous all-time high of $19,600. Okay, now this is the first all-time high. The second all-time high would be here. This will be yellow. And third all-time high here. Not green. Pink. Okay. So we'll quickly measure what is the distance or what is the percentage between the old or previous all-time high, and what is the distance between the new all-time high. We have 110% here. Okay, 110% change, and we have a change of 54%. So you see, when we are trading here, this area, we are still trading above the old all-time high, the previous all-time high, which is somewhere around 41,671. We are still trading above this particular area. This area will act as the main or the major or the macro resistance for us now. Okay, this particular area, because this is the all-time high. We will have support here, but then again, this is where the market touched resistance and went on to a downward movement for a good amount of time, which was 32 days. 32 days it took BTC to correct until 30,600 and then move upwards. It took BTC 32 days. Okay, now here is the new all-time high, and we are still with 11 days. So you get the idea. It is not a bear market. It's just an healthy correction. It took BTC 32 days to, break its old resistance with all-time high. But then again, it is only taking BTC 11 days approximately to get into a new all-time high. So if I want to take this here, it took BTC 20 days. From here to here, it took BTC 31 days. So we are still under a good location. We are still trading above our all-time high, and this is a positive response. Now, okay, if you ask me a question, if I find BTC to be bullish or if I find BTC to be bearish, you see this chart. This is a daily chart. Okay, this uptrend. How can someone call this uptrend bearish? Or refer from this particular green line. How can you call this particular uptrend bearish? It is not bearish at all. It is bullish. We are just correcting, and this correction is actually required because pullbacks are needed to go up. A very cheesy example, you will have to pull an arrow back to shoot it forward. But then again, in order for BTC to slingshot, this is really important for us to consolidate between this particular area. If I take help of trend lines now, we started an upward trends here. I'll take these points. Okay. And again, this area is where we had accumulation. This is accumulation, downwards movement, again accumulation, downwards movement, again accumulation. This is point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So you see how the patterns are really similar. This, this, this. So the patterns are really similar. We are repeating ourselves. We are doing what we did few weeks ago. We are still doing the same thing, but this time, rumors came, FUD came, uh, the Xinjiang blackout. This all made it a reason that BTC dropped to such level, but still not a bull market. It is still a bull market, is not a bear market. Okay. Now, in order to understand what will be our support, what will be our resistance, I'll use the fib retracement. I'll choose the bottommost part and I'll put it here, topmost. This is the bottom. This was the bottom on 9/3/2020. This is the bottom here. We are still in the red area. The next resistance we have is somewhere around 41.39, and this area 41 and 39 is where we have our old all-time high, the one I showed earlier, this one. So this is our next support. If this is broken, this is still not broken. We have a wick, but then again, this is still not broken. We want one full candle to come down to this particular support, and then it will bounce back. Probably somewhere around, so you can basically expect something like this, something like this. More sideways movement, more vertical accumulation. This could happen. But then again, we also would like to understand these red candles are a major result of shorting. We have traders who are shorting at the moment like anything. 100x leverage, 125x leverage. So this, is shorting. This area, when it comes down to 0.382 or somewhere around this particular area, 41,000 or 40,000, a lot of miners are going to come in here to mine Bitcoin. A lot of accumulation will happen between this area, and then a sideways momentum can be expected. You see, this is just a ghost projection. I took the bottommost part, I took the topmost part. We are still under following this particular trend line. This trend line, we are still following it. And this is just a projection. This could be the possible uh, play in the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or 4 weeks, or 30 days as such. This could be a possible play for BTC. Again, if you're asking me if it is a bear market, no, it is not a bear market at the moment. Are we closer to bear market? Yes, we are closer to a bear market today than we were yesterday. We'll be closer to a bear market tomorrow than we are today. Now, this I've showed. I've showed you the potential BTC movement, the potential BTC plan, what could be the next resistance area, what could be the next support areas. Okay, I've also showed how many days it took BTC to correct and went back up. This one took 32 days, this one took 11 days, this one took 31 days, and we are still under the process. Bear market will begin when we are crossing this particular all-time high. This one. This area, this red line is when we can actually start seeing a bear market. When BTC could drop down from this area to 25,000, that is 50% drop. This is just 13%, 10%, 11%, 15%. This is just a correction. This is not market crashing. This is not dips. This is just a correction. You will find a bear market when the correction for BTC is somewhere around 50%. That includes crossing this particular support line and trading between these two areas, which is 40,000 and 20,000. That is when you will understand, okay, bear market is here, and a lot of accumulation happens in bear market. A lot of shorting happens in bear market. It is not really positive for altcoins, but then again, it is an opportunity for investors to get in, be it retail investors or be it institutional investors. Now, an exit strategy. How do you find that, when is the right time for you to get out? When is the right time for you to start saving your profits, start taking your profits and all because the bear market is coming? Okay. Again, I mentioned this area somewhere around 41,000 is supposed to be a support. If this support is not going to be held, we will see a drop, a potential drop somewhere around 20,000, which should not happen. But then again, it's a market, it's not in my control, it's not in our control. It could happen. But you should always be ready to exit with profits. I've always been telling take profits, even if you have a profit of $1 on $10, take that profit because your initial goal or your focus should be making capital or converting your profits again into capitals. You should not withdraw it back to your account and then use it for your daily expenses until and unless there's an emergency to it. At the same time, taking profits is really important because you never know when the market would come down. You never know when the market would dump. If you have $2 profit on $10, if you entered a trade with $11, after a few hours, you have $20. Remove that $20. Sell that much quantity. Sell 50%. If you sell 50%, you will have your initial investment back. And then if you have profit on that, well and good. If you do not have profit on that, no problem. Keep it, hold it with you. That is when you have to take profits. That is important. When you're retaining your initial investment back, whatever you receive after that is all profits. Even if you don't receive anything, no problem. You have got your money. You haven't lost anything. That is how it should be. Okay, take profit, simple. Exit strategy, simple. What are you supposed to do now with altcoins? I'll tell you what you're supposed to do. I will tell you what you're not supposed to do. You're not supposed to trade in low cap. Out of 100% of your portfolio, not more than 1% should be in low cap. I've seen SafeMoon, I've seen Dodge, I've seen PooCoin, I've seen ASS, Elongate, and all. These are these are low cap gems, if you can call it. These are low cap tokens, which do not have an actual value in the modern market. These are hype coins. What does hype coins means? You will go with hype, you will go with FOMO, just like you all did with Dodge. That's what happens. You can't do that now. You check value with altcoins, whatever you have. If you have Binance, you You trade with whatever you have on Binance, but you have to make sure that whatever is on Binance is of value too. You should not look out for profits, how much profits that I'm receiving. You should always look out for value that you have. Just an example, ADA, not a lot of you guys or not a lot of investors have ADA in your portfolio. But since the beginning, or who are asked me suggestions what token or what coin to buy, I've always mentioned buy ADA, accumulate ADA, keep it with you long term, at least for a year or more. Why? ADA can change the world. ADA has the potential to change the world. Tell me that Dodge is going to change the world. What technology is behind Dodge now? That it has the potential to solve real world problems? Nothing. The only thing Dogecoin is solving is, uh, poverty. That's it. Because you're receiving huge gains. Apart from that, nothing. Now, I'm not against Doge. Again, Doge is a cryptocurrency. I'm not against Doge, or I'm not against the other hype tokens or hype coins. But understand and decide where you would like to put your money in. Would you prefer, having dinner at a five-star restaurant? Or would you prefer, sitting on the side of the road because every other person is doing that? Be smart with your money, be smart with your decisions. Avoid FOMO. FUD is always going to be there in the market. People would create rumors to start panic in the market. That is always going to be there. Okay. I've mentioned not more than 1% of your portfolio should be in low cap or FOMO coins or hype coins, and not 100% of your wealth should be in crypto. 40% keep in buy and hold, 40% trade on it if you are a trader. If you are not a trader, 40% you have buy and hold, long term, short term, mid term. 40% use it at fiat, 20% keep it with you. In case of emergencies, emergencies can come up anytime. You have your expenses coming up, medical emergencies, anything can come up. Make sure you at least have 20% of your wealth outside of crypto ready in case of emergencies. Yes, you will have less profits, but then again, life is important. What are you going to do with profits? I don't think anything. All right. So BTC, again, I've showed you the chart. I've showed you my opinions. I've mentioned my opinions. So I'm not saying that this something like this is definitely going to happen. I'm just mentioning my opinions, whatever I would like to. The support and resistance I've showed you. We are going to have a lot of vertical movement in this particular area, in this accumulation zone. We are still trading at this area, which is 50,500. We went down somewhere around 47,000. If I'm not wrong, we went around 45,000 too. Okay, that was earlier. Okay, right. We went around somewhere around 47, 476. So we are still up. Right, this line. We are trading this line. This is a wedge. This would become a wedge. But then again, this could also go sidewards. A lot of sidewards accumulation is going to happen. You have been warned. The market is pretty lazy, to be very honest. When this happens, alt just do nothing. And this is expected. This was expected. I have shared a chart. I gave an announcement in the group. I shared a chart. I told you that I'm expecting BTC to drop down somewhere around at least 48 or 49, because this was supposed to happen. The warning was given. Your job was to take profit. If you have profit on something, take it. If you do not have profit on something, hold it. But if you have profit, take your profit. If that particular asset is bound to grow, it will grow. It will double your investment. As simple as that. So this is what is with BTC at the moment. All right. Blank Marie, we have questions.
Yeah, we've collected all sorts of questions from you guys. You just had the opportunity to put them in the Google Doc. What I'll do, if it's all right with you, Delta, is start off with about 5 questions. And as soon as you're done with those, you can tell us if you have more time for more questions or not, because we have quite a list.
All right, please go ahead.
All right, question number 1. I entered late this cycle. Do you think next cycle Bitcoin will be able to 10x?
To be very honest, I'm expecting Bitcoin to at least hit 100K this year. But will Bitcoin do a 10x next year? No, I don't think so. Because if we get into a bear market, Bitcoin cannot do 10x until and unless Google is selling off their whole company and then buying everything for Bitcoin.
All right, question number 2. How do you see the future of crypto?
Yeah, there was a time when crypto was, or coins that we call, were just rewards or just giveaway tokens that companies used to give or institutions used to give. But then again, now cryptocurrency is based on technology, a real world technology that can change future problems, that can solve problems, that can change the world that we see right now. Uh, Examples you could see, uh, ADA Cardano working with Google for the Chrome extension and internet searches. StormX working with retail companies to provide our rewards and award situations. Working with companies like Walmart, potential partnership with Amazon, potential partnership with IKEA, where you can shop in these institutions and you would basically use StormX to pay in crypto and you will receive crypto or you will just receive crypto for shopping. So yes, it is the future, it is the present. There are improvements that are needed, but then again, it is the future. Hopefully, yes.
Okay, question number 3. Which are the coins most likely to jump the most, according to you, after the correction?
Which are the coins that are most likely to jump after the correction? It's already jumping. Ethereum. Ethereum made an all-time high yesterday, a new all-time high yesterday, even when BTC was dropping like anything. So that basically means BTC dominance is coming down. Ethereum's demand is coming up. Investors now want Ethereum. I do not, to be very honest, I don't understand why do people even want Ethereum because the gas fees are significantly high. But then again, this also shows that the demand for Ethereum is increasing. Okay, you see, this is the all-time high that we made a few days ago, and it is still on an uptrend. This is where the impulse started. This area is where the impulse started. This area is the all-time high. We had a double bottom here, this side, and then we moved up. So Ethereum is still very positive, still very bullish. Not very, but yes, it is still bullish. The demand for Ethereum is increasing. You see here, this demand is still increasing, and I think Ethereum would be the best performing altcoin out of the other low cap chaps.
All right, question number 5 for this round. What do you like to spend your gains in or on?
I will say donations. I'm a believer of philanthropy. If you guys do not know, I do not know why. But then again, I like giving it back. I like doing a lot of, um, I like doing something for the community. So I just like giving back my gains or my profits. I do not usually keep all my profits because I already have whatever I needed. It's not like I have everything in the world. I still want to work for myself, but then again, I can feed myself. I can have food on my table. I can sleep at night. That is important, and I have that. So I basically give away all my gains.
All right. Question number 6 then. Should people just hold and not get greedy and sell?
No, you don't sell because you're greedy. You sell because you want profits. So technically, say if it is my money and I want profits on that, I'm getting something more on that, and that is natural that I'll sell it for higher price. So no, I don't mind if you're holding. I don't mind if you're selling, but make sure that you're selling on the right time. Make sure that you're buying at the right time. You don't buy on top and sell at the bottom. We don't do that. You buy on red, you sell on green. That's how it is.
All right. Question number 8. Received this one double. What do you think about Graph coin? And I'm guessing that's GRT.
Mhm. To be very honest, I haven't traded on graph for a really long time. But then again, if you would like to have my technical analysis, we are still under accumulation here. A lot of sideways movement. We are still under accumulation with this particular asset. There's a lot of sideways movement. This this is what you want. I hope or I believe we will still have a lot of sideways movement here in this area, and then you can either see a breakout above resistance if that happens. Otherwise, this will keep dropping. But then again, this particular asset, I believe, tried that parabolic curve. It tried the parabolic curve, but it failed for its own reasons. I do not know why. But then again, it tried the parabolic curve, this particular curve. But yeah, it's still bullish. But you will have to mind the stop loss. You will have to plan where you will need to sell. If you need a clear resistance and support, uh, this is the best area, $1. That will be your stop loss. Anything that is less than $1, anything that is cheaper than $1, anything that is cheaper than 5 cents is what you should be having as a student. The focus should be on accumulating as low as possible, as high as possible, taking taking profits with time, and then reinvesting those profits. With TRX, now something that you should know about TRX is that it is one of the fastest blockchain running in the crypto space. Just for comparison, I'm just doing a comparison here, just giving an example. If BTC does 5 transactions per minute on BTC's blockchain, Tron does 1000 transactions per minute on Tron's blockchain. So Tron blockchain is the fastest growing and the fastest problem solving blockchain that there is in the crypto space. Can Tron be the demand of future? Yes, it has the potential. It has the potential to be one of that because when investors do get smart, they want value with the money. They want value with what they are buying. So they buy things that are fast. They buy things that are valuable. They buy things that are much more better than the other assets. So they will of course go ahead with Tron, or they will go ahead with Tron coins, which are BTT, Win, and TXZ, other coins that run on Tron blockchain. With KLV, yes, there's a potential future, but then again, you will have to sell your product in the market. There are a lot of investors, there are a lot of smart investors in the market, and a company actually has to sell its product in the market. These organizations need to really sell the product, just like TRX, and hopefully we will see it being the future, the next thing for the future. If you ask me, my honest opinion, altcoin season would only begin when every coin on the BTC pair is making all-time highs every day. Every coin on the BTC pair making all-time highs every day. If there are 20 coins on the BTC pair, every day one of them will make all-time highs. That is when you will find that the alt season has begun. Hmm, I'll say STMX. I bought a STMX and then for some reason I forgot to put my stop loss. It came crashing down. I had couple of thousands in here, but not worst. I would say a mistake from my end. That's it. I believe yes, it could go 10x or more this year, probably next year, probably after 2 years, probably after 3 years. But then again, it has the potential. But the thing with Ripple at this point of time is it is really at a 50-50 level. If the SEC wins the case, then Ripple will be shut down. If Ripple wins the case, Ripple will boost to 10x. So you have to be really careful with Ripple. You have to be really careful with what you're having. You do not go all in Ripple and other assets which have or which are going through legal issues at this point of time. So you have to make sure that you are smart with your money. 2%, 3% of your portfolio in Ripple, yes, good idea. But then again, having more than 20% of Ripple in your portfolio, imagine if everything doesn't work out the way that you want, everything doesn't work out the way that the crypto space investors want. It will crash, it will shut down. So that would basically means it taking away all your money, whatever you're investing in. All right, team, I think two more questions. You will not have to wait until Bitcoin dips further. You will have to wait for an indicator that Bitcoin is going to go up now and Bitcoin will be on a positive uptrend. I'll tell you why. The support and the resistance which I gave you with BTC, this particular support area, okay, 41, you will take this as an indicator. Okay, 41 is an all-time high. 41 is a good support. If it is hitting 41, or you will wait until it hits 41, it necessarily may not hit 41. It can go upwards too. It can basically go like this, okay, from here itself, and you will not get an opportunity to accumulate here. So you will have to wait until BTC starts printing green candles on an uptrend, not on a downtrend, on an uptrend, and then you will have to take an entry, because this way you will actually be sure that BTC will not drop now. Even if it is dropping, it is on an uptrend. You will have some kind of profit, 2%, 3% with your altcoins or with BTC itself. I don't think so. I don't think so, because we have seen Dodge going 50% plus 80% and all. We haven't seen, or we cannot see Ethereum going 80% or 50% in one single particular day or in a week. It can with time, but then again, not in a day or in a week. The profits chances are higher with alts if you have less capital. If you have more capital where you can afford 20 or 30 Ethereum, or say 7 or 8 BTC, that is when you will find your profits to be more in BTC or Ethereum. It basically comes down to the quantity that you're having. If you are having say 1,000, $2,000, you are buying alts with that in higher quantity, you will see profit growing. But with Ethereum, if you have 1,000, you're investing 1,000, you will only receive 50% of profit. Say today Ethereum is 2,000, tomorrow it will be 4,000, you will only receive 50% profit, which is another 1,000 there. All right, then. Let's end this probably. My advice before leaving is just wait on your hands, sit on your hands if you want to, cut your hands if you want to. But then again, do not take any trades until and unless you have confirmations that this particular trade is going to make you profits. It comes down to long, it comes down to short, it comes down to spot trading, everything. You will go short, the market will shoot up, you will lose. You will go long, the market will shoot down, you will lose. You will get into spot, the market will get down, you will lose. Sit on your hands, wait for yourself, get a confirmation with the profits, and then accordingly, take an entry. But do a lot of research. Do not follow someone. Even the signals that we give out in the group, you are not supposed to follow them blindly. You're supposed to do your own research. The signals that are given out in the group or the server is for your own reference. That means you're supposed to do your own research. You're supposed to set your own stop losses. You're supposed to take your own entry. If you incur losses onto that, no one here is responsible except you. So make sure that you are thinking before taking a trade. The best thing right now is to wait. Do not trade. Hang out with your family. Spend some time yourself. Play games. Blank here plays a lot of Call of Duty. But make sure that you're not making mistakes here. Sorry, Blank? No, no, Call of Duty, yes.
Weak. Thanks. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
That's a
Thank
wrap,
you.
fellas.